We're going to look at additional question 13 from 6.5. And before we do this, I want to look at example 621 in the textbook. This is on page 260 to 261. Very similar setup, and it actually gives you the two formulas here you're using to calculate your mean and your standard deviation. In this problem, they test to see if they can use the binomial distribution by checking that NP and NQ are greater than 5. And recall Q is just 1 minus P. So if we want N to be pretty large for this to happen, so in this case, we're good with 600. We can check that. And then to make a continuity correction, we need to subtract 0.5. In this case, they're doing it in between two values. So they actually have to have two values. In our question 13, we're looking for at least 29. So the first thing we need to do is calculate the mean, which is N times P, in this case 600 times 0.0352. Right? This is a percent, so you move the decimal 2 places to the left to get it into a decimal form. And if we calculate that, we get 21.12. And then if we plug in the square root of 600 times 0.0352 times 1 minus 0.0352, we get 4.514, and that tells us our standard deviation. We're looking for the normal distribution curve for 29, so we're on the right side of our mean, right? So we have to account for, 21.12. We have to account for the continuity, so we're going to subtract 0.5 from this, and we get 28.5. So we're looking for the z value for 28.5. So we calculate that. Z is going to be x minus the mean over the standard deviation. So 25.5 minus 21.12 divided by 4.514, and that gives us 1.63. So this gives us our corresponding z value. To then look at the table, because we're looking for the probability that the number of classify themselves as non-denominational Christians as at least this 29. So at least means everything to the left plus, the curve to the, the curve would be to the right, right? At least means this is the smallest amount. So we're looking through everything to this side. So we can go to that normal distribution table, right? We have to do a little bit of calculating before we get there. So here we have 0.5, right? If we find this z value, that's going to give us the area to the left of it. The whole thing is 1, right? So 1 minus the z value corresponding to z is 1.63 is going to give us the area to the right. Right? So 1 minus the z value gives us the area to the right. So we didn't have to end up doing anything with this 0.5. Right? The z table is already going to give us the area to the left. We want to know the area to the right, so we take 1 minus that. Okay, so let's go to the z table. For z is 1.63. So z is 1.63. 1.63, and that gives me 0.63. 0.9484. So 1 minus 0.9484, which gives me 0.0516. And that is the correct answer that was entered into Wiley Plus.